Hello, hello, welcome, welcome. 1 minute. Okay, okay. GPU USD, okay. Let's see. GPU USD, as we can see, price have swept this previous low here, and then price gave us a new structure over here. So it broke the structure here, gave us new high, and this is basically a equalize. Okay. So price have gave us equal highs, and there is this liquidity sweep. Okay. So we can mark this as a liquidity sweep. If we go on lower time frame, like on 1 minute, we can see that this is our new trend line liquidity. Okay. Here we can see there is price sweep this liquidity again. It mitigate the structure. So we are not looking for a structure mitigation. We are just looking for order block which is not mitigated. Okay. So if we go to lower time frame again on 30 seconds, we can see this is the move which swept out this previous lows. So we can use this for a buy side entry. And if we go on 5 minutes, we can refine this, but there is no point on refining it. On 3 minutes, we can say this is the order block. In 5 minutes again, on 5 minutes, we can say this is order block. So we can use this as a POI. And here we will look for entry. Stop loss below this low, and the next will be a target. Yesterday, I gave this signal on US 30. The first take profit was this entry, which was first take profit. Again, second was here. Then again, price went to the upside. Now on US 30, we look for, let's see. On 30 minutes, we can see there is this order block, but I don't think so. Price will react from this. Let's wait for price to react. So at 7 o'clock, it will give us a new moment. Till then, we can look for. So here, price have already mitigated this area, and then it's continuing higher. Hello, Pathin. Ma'am Helen. Ma'am Plain. Goku. Hello. So first price is going to sweep liquidity, then what we can do? We have to wait for that liquid sweep. That's the only thing we can do. So here also I was waiting for price to react from this area, but then what happened? Here, price went directly and tap this order block, and then it's starting to move up, like it's going to the upside. But by looking at the chart, we can see it's still going to the upside, but we don't have enough liquidity that we can look for buy side setup. It's in consolidation. So let's look for US30 setup. Here on US30, we can see this is the order block which swept the previous lows. In 5 minutes, it's a clear setup. And from here, we can look for buy side setup. Buy, stop loss below this low on the next high, 1:3. And this is our new trend line equity. So if you have bought it here, you can hold this trade because we don't know if price will react from this area and it can continue higher, or if price breaks this, then we can look for buy side setup here. Till then, it's good. If you haven't liked the stream, please like it. So today is my first time here. Good evening. Can you describe me model briefly, please? Okay, wait. If you have any doubts, you can ask in the comment section. Hello, Disney. So let's wait for this setup to. We want to see reaction from this area. Then only we look for buy side. We don't want us. We don't want price to just tap this area. Okay. Yesterday I gave this setup on EG. Price with the liquidity created a trend line liquidity and then it went to the upside. And now price have broken. Again, we can look for buy side setup over here. So this is the order block where price reacted from this area. So it's already mitigated. So there is no point in buying at this area. So if you go to 1 minute, we can see this is the order block. Again, this is also mitigated. So here, this whole move. So on the Euro GBP, we can look for at this candle, 5 minute candle, which created this imbalance. This is our trend line liquidity. We can look for a sell side setup. And we can target these lows, this equal lows. So 1 is to 5 setup. On Euro USD, we can see price have served this previous low and price have broken this structure. So this is an indication that it's continued to the downside. So if you go to 5 minutes, you can see price have already tapped this area like this POI and it's continuing. But as such, there is no entry where we can look for. Hello? Hello? So on GBP, we can say this is a trend line liquidity, like price swept this equal lows and it's creating a trend line liquidity to the upside here. On crypto, let's analyze. BTC, we can say price have cleared this wick, but I don't think so price will react from this. So I'm waiting for price to come much lower like here at this POI. We can look for buy side entry because this when order block is mitigated, it becomes liquidity. Okay. So this is the liquidity. Here we have this new imbalance where we look for buy setup, where we can look for buy side setup, buy side, stop loss, and the next will be a target. So 1 is to 4 setup. And again, it will be a confirmation setup, right? So let's look at XRP. XRP is price have created this trend line equity. So we can expect price to create a wick which sweeps the liquidity, goes to the upside. Again, it can broke and again it can continue. So today and London session, I look for like I was waiting for price to create this setup. Price created, sweep the liquidity, broke the structure, created this setup. Again, price went, and now I'm in the buy side in Ethereum, Sol USDT. So at 7 o'clock, I think price will tap this area. So do you have any video explaining your strategy or model? Uh, yes, actually, like if you watch my video, I think it's called liquidity plus inducement and liquidity plus imbalance. I uploaded it 2 years ago, 2 to 3 years ago in 2023, like 2022 only. You will find that it's very simple strategy you can follow. And if you watch that video, you can trade any setup, like everything on 5 seconds, 15 seconds, 10 seconds, 30 minutes, 4 hour, everything. As you can see on EU, price have reacted from this area and continue to the downside. On US side, it's continuing higher, but it's creating more trend line, like it's creating more liquidity to the downside. But I think if like after 1 hour, when New York session opens, like the stock market opens, it will see all this liquidity and then it can continue higher. Till then, what we can look is like till then, what we can look for is we want price to sweep this liquidity. Okay, so here just like here this candle, so we can wait for price to react from this order block to give us a new fresh entry. If you have any questions, you can ask in the comment section. And also hit the like button so it gives me more confidence to do the streams regularly. What day and time do you live stream? Uh, it's the New York session, like I before, like 30 minutes before the New York session and after 30 minutes. So like here we can see on gold, price have tapped the order block 3 times. This is the first tap, this is the second tap. And on third tap, price can sweep all this liquidity, even it can break the structure. it can sweep all this liquidity and then can continue higher. So if we look at 30 minutes, we can see this is the area where price tapped. If price gives us some kind of reaction from this area, then only we look for buy side. Every day, yes, every day. Like I'm trying to be consistent, but if there is audience and if people are watching, then only I want to do live stream. If no one is watching, then I don't think there's some point in doing it, right? If you guys are watching, then only I could do every day. I don't think so because price have created this as a trend line liquidity, so price can sweep this liquidity and it can continue to the downside. So I know I want price to react like specifically price. I want price to create a bullish engulfing in this area. Then only I look for buy side. If you look at 30-minute time frame, we can see price have already swept this liquidity and created this huge downside wick. It shows that there is a buying selling pressure in this area, which is creating a sell side area to the downside. And again, we can look for is like again the second confirmation is price have not only swept this liquidity. Here we can see price if there is if we can call it this inducement, price will break like sweep this liquidity and it can continue higher. But here we can see price have again created this low, again this high. And this is internal structure, but its price is getting this internal structure only to mitigate this structure. Okay. Still, I'm looking for buy, but if this fails, then I look for sell side setup, probably in this area only. Yeah. We watch, bro. Thank you, bye. Thank you. If you teach the way you through the live stream, I will watch every another people also come. Let's be interactive. Yes, yes. Like you can only learn by watching actual the real live trading by watching the previous live videos even like not it's not only me but if you watch all the YouTube videos and you're just watching for flashy edits and everything and watch retention watch time I don't think it's point of and like on real on live session you can only learn actual like what the mindset is like when I look for buys even though if like I have drawn this area where I'm looking for price to react okay. But if price does not react from this area, I'll just skip this trade. Okay. But after like pre-recorded videos will not like, I can only teach in pre-recorded video. But if you I want to train you guys, like teaching and training do like this both terms are very different from each other, right? Training is something like if you already know like how like what to do when price reaches this order block. Training is something like what to react, like how to do, what to do here. If price creates a bullish engulfing, then only I look for buy side setup. If price creates a liquidity sweep, then only I look for buy side trade. On AUD USD, we can say price like broke the structure to the upside here. And if 20 minutes like this kind of sweeps, like it closes below the structure, then we can expect a pullback. Here we can see on 50 minutes, 5 minutes, price have already like it's the structure has already been mitigated, so we can expect a pullback to the downside. And from here, we can expect a sell side setup. So this is only like if price breaks the structure, then only we can look for a sell side setup. Like it can continue lower, but if this gives us a reaction, then we can look for buy side setup, but only till this area. Because we can see on the left side, price created this trend line equity, okay, and sweep this previous low and it continue higher, creating a trend line equity here. So if price reacts slowly from this area and gives us a confirmation, then we can look for buy side setup. Crystal, which app should I use for currency and gold? MT4. MT4, MT5. On 1 minute, we can see price have tapped this area, sweeping this liquidity. I think it can continue higher from this area only. If this breaks, then it's a sign that price will continue higher. So here we can look for buy side entry. Like we'll do 50-50 in this area. If you haven't liked the stream, please like it. Hit the like button. So right now, as you can see, price have swept this liquidity, and we can look for a buy side setup at this area. So like using 5% risk, we can enter over here, 0.5%. So we have two entries, this one and this one. On BTC, we can see here, there is this wick, and we have this order block where we can look for buy side setup. How do you do the top down analysis? Okay. So on gold, right now we can see price have created this low here, this low, and we have this strong low which sweep the liquidity, and we know that price cannot go beyond this area, so it's maintaining this strong low. So on 30 minutes we can see, we know that here price have grown. On 30 minutes we have this strong low and this weak high, and price have broken this previous structure. So this is our internal structure. Price have broken this internal structure to the upside here, creating this new high, this new high. So because price have already mitigated this area, that's why I'm waiting for price to like sweep this trend line equity and creating a new liquidity sweep over here. So two things what you can look for is like first is entering directly on the liquidity sweep. Second is you're waiting for price to like after liquidity sweep you can look for new structure. If you haven't liked the stream, please like it, hit the like button. Thank you. So right now we have this setup forming on US 30 and gold, where this is the only two sides where we can look for buy side. Here we can see price have switched this liquidity and finally broken the structure. So you can wait, like you can enter here, put your stop loss below this low. And if this fails, like we can use 0.5% risk, and second order block is this one. If price, in case price sweeps this liquidity, then this order block can be activated. If you haven't liked the stream, please like it. Here, price is not closing above the structure, so it's not a good sign. On AUDUSD, we have this buy again on Euro, JPY. Euro USD price from this previous low, creating a new structure to the downside. Like I also call this order block also, but I haven't entered here. And this is our new order block where you can look for another sell if price breaks this low and continues low. नाही नाही बोल ना. If you have any questions, you can ask in the comment section. So BTC, we can see price is coming to the downside. I'm waiting for price to tap this area. Then only I'll look for buy side setup. Hello, hello, hello. आलो एक मिनट. Okay, on gold here, this is the setup on USRT. We have these two order blocks. I have already entered here. So and like in the opening, I'm waiting for price to continue higher. And if this breaks, then I'll look for another entry. So first, second, on gold, I have this entry. So I want price to tap this area and create some kind of structure. Then only I'll look for a setup, like a liquid setup on 1 minute. It doesn't matter like here. price swept, and then broke the structure. This type of side I want price to form over here. Okay. Thank you for watching. I'll meet you tomorrow.